Jimmy, I gotta say, it's
Yeah.
been so long since I've seen you.
Yeah.
It's such an honor to be here.
You just call me
Give it up for this band.
Yes, the band is
This band's
great.
amazing.
Really good. You ever heard that before? Did you just say my guy to me earlier?
Yes, I did.
Is it my guy?
Well, you know, I'm trying to talk like Jen Alfred now.
My God. My guy.
My guy. Yes.
My God. You've never said my guy to me ever. I'm happy to have you in the guest chair. It's fun. It's fun for me.
Well, it's good to be here.
Congrats on the new book, bud.
Thank you.
This is a
Thank
big
you.
deal. Hip-hop is history. This is a deep dive, as you always do, a deep dive into the evolution of hip-hop.
Yeah.
And also some personal memories and personal stories related to hip-hop.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be like hip hop for dummies or
Yes.
beginner's guide to hip hop.
Right, right,
so
right.
I figured, what better way than to document my journey through it, since we're kind of the same age.
You begin the story by putting together the 50th anniversary of hip-hop at the Grammys.
Yeah.
That was amazing, by
Thank
the
you.
way.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
was a great job. You pulled it off. Here's the photo of everyone involved. Congrats on this, man. That was great. And I remember...
That's a very special night, yes.
I remember that the months leading up to it. Dude, I've never
Yeah.
really seen you stressed.
You know what? I try not to stress out. I think during the pandemic, I learned about like breath work, and this is the lesson I learned. I learned that fear and excitement are the same thing, except fear is excitement without breathing. So, breathing is what gets you through life.
Yeah.
When we get scared, we don't breathe anymore, and then that's when
correct.
panic starts. So.
But yeah, you were doing a lot of...
Yeah. Well, especially during that period.
Well, I mean, what is it like? Because you have all these great artists on there. You got to put on this giant performance. It's live. It's a medley. It's
Well, the thing is that, you know, they gave me 8 weeks to put something together, and then maybe by like the 10th hour, I realized what they really wanted to do was they wanted me to be the bad cop, because I thought that, you know, I'm gonna tell the story of hip hop in 50 years, and you know, I'll have like 20 minutes to do so. And they're like, no, you got like 8.
yeah, it's the Grammys.
So
dude. Yeah, we have other. It's not just it's the only thing in the
So
show.
I had to beg for an extra 5 minutes, and then at that, like practically every rapper called me or DM'd me, angry, like, how come I'm not here? I sold more than that.
Yeah.
And so then putting it together, then this one wants to know like how many dancers does that one have? This one wants to know if they have pyrotechnics, and so you know, just the stress of keeping it together. I had to hire a life coach for like band members.
No, that's true.
No, for band members who haven't been together in 10 years and they're still angry over issues or whatnot.
You had to hire a life coach to come in and get them through.
They know, they're my witnesses.
Yeah.
So the night of the show, as it was happening, I don't know if you remember, like Bad Bunny had this really elaborate opening in the crowd.
It was great.
2 of my artists decided to drop out at that moment. And it's not a thing where it's like, oh, the Roots. I think the illusion of the Roots is that, you know, we can do anything. Yes, we can do anything, but
It's prepared.
yeah, and you can't drop out because you got to tell the choreographer that, okay, drop out the 4-minute mark, and the dancers are like upset because they're not dancing with that artist. And
Correct. Then the
light
director
guy-
is like, what's going on? I mean, there's a lot that goes into it.
So it took 47 minutes to get that together, and then when the album of the year was given out, one of the artists who felt they should have won decided, well, I'm going home now, and they were like the big reveal. So it was a lot of stress, and I will say that there's a term that the body keeps the score. So once it was all over, I got on the plane, and then right before I came here, my tooth fell out. And so...
That's right. Wait, from stress.
From stress, yeah. It was... Shut up, Tuba!
But no, I'm not... No. I do remember this. I remember it. I remember it falling out. I can't believe your tooth fell out.
I went to the dentist you recommended to me, and I had to circle around, get surgery, and it was like, was it worth it? Yeah, it was still worth it. Losing my tooth, it was still worth it.
It was where you felt good with the performance and everything, right? 'Cause it was phenomenal.
I felt good, but it was very surreal. Matter of fact, I didn't even know that Lil Uzi Vert was part of it. I thought I ruined hip hop, so I was like bracing for everyone to cancel me online, and I just stormed off, and you know, and apparently it went well.
It went very well. Obviously, the Roots are a big part of hip hop history, and you and Tariq started the group 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And
3 decades ago, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But would you remember your first taste of hip hop? Like, what was the first song you heard that was, you go, oh, what is that?
You know, I believe that I first heard, people think that Rapper's Delight's the first rap song. It wasn't. It was a song called Kington the Third that came out like 4 months before, but Rapper's Delight was like the breakthrough song.
Kington the Third?
Kington the Third by a group called the Fatback Band.
Wow.
Like in hip hop, whoever comes first, whoever's the pioneer, never gets the credit. It's the person that improves on. Yeah, the second person always wins. So,
yeah.
Listening to Rapper's Delight, I thought it was Good Times by Chic, because you know the music is based on that. Right. And we heard this talking, and then suddenly my sister and I just looked at each other, like we looked at the speaker, like, what is that? And so, what every child of the 70s and 80s does, they run and get a cheap tape recorder.
And record it.
Right, and record it at on the clock radio.
I did the same thing.
And then wrote all the lyrics down, and I performed it in school.
Was it clock radio?
Oh, yeah. We didn't have boom, 1979 or whatever. So I realized the impact of performance because I did it in school the next day, and then suddenly I knew what it was to be popular. And so.
Because you were like, do you know this song? Where it's like,
no one knew it. And it was. I knew I had to record it because, like, how do you describe to your friends what you just heard? Like, it was such a monumental moment.
Yeah, it really is a thing. Like, what even, this is going to, well, it actually did change your life.
I knew his history at that moment. Yeah. And that's the cool thing about being my age, like growing up when hip hop is actually developing, because there's many a moment where Tariq and I would just like have our minds blown knowing that we were listening to something historical.
Yeah. To
the point where we were like, hey, we want to do this. So
congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
It's so good. And Questlove was nice enough to bring a copy for everyone in the audience tonight. Yeah! Questlove! Hip Hop is History is out now. We'll be right back with the performance from Camila Cabello. Stick around, everybody.